Hello friends, welcome to Getting Lippy with. My name is Imogen Hudson from Imogenation on YouTube, and this is a space where we can all vent, chat and share our daily struggles in the hopes of helping others deal with theirs. So grab your cuppa, chocolate, biscuits or whatever floats your boat, because whoever you are, whatever you're doing,
let's get lippy. Yes!
This makes me so happy. So if you can hear a man's voice, this is in fact my fiance Pup sitting next to me. So thanks so much for coming on.
I've been so excited and just love your podcast, so I've been waiting to get on and get involved with this.
You're the best.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. We're very cringe, but that's us, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we love it.
So if you don't like cringe,
keep staying.
Yeah.
Keep listening.
If you do like cringe, still stay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So really grateful that EOS actually sponsored this series. Do you want to smell one of them?
Yeah.
They're lip balms.
I do like
pick
them.
one up.
I would try and juggle them, but I can't.
No, don't juggle them. They actually smell nice.
Cherry.
Yeah, oh, nice.
Jelly cherries, love them.
Yeah, your favourites.
Absolutely.
There you go. So thanks, EOS.
Win-win.
Right, main win-win. So today, I'm so grateful to have Pups. You might be a bit like...
What, just today or always?
I'm grateful to have you forever. We just recently got engaged, if anyone's listening that doesn't know us. But yeah, we recently got engaged in Australia and we're very excited because we're going to get married. And I'm really grateful that Pups has actually come on this podcast because you do like listening to them, don't you?
Absolutely, yeah. I think you're easy to listen to and
Thanks.
very well spoken. So yeah,
Aww.
easy on the ears.
And on the eyes, hopefully.
Absolutely.
Okay, so basically today we've asked for some of your questions to be sent in to the hello@gettinglippywith.com hotmail address. So basically, if you're not already, please subscribe on your app of choice. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify or on YouTube. Just search Getting Lippy With. And what we need to do is you also need to follow us on Instagram at Getting Lippy With, because that's the way that they can send in their questions, isn't it, Angel?
Absolutely, yeah. And you want to get involved and
exactly.
hear us vent and chat about your questions,
daily
dilemmas,
struggles.
whatever.
Wow, you really have prepared. I love this. So yeah, all you need to do is follow us on Instagram and you can find out exactly every week which topic it is, and then all you do is send us in your dilemmas. It can be any dilemma. We're opening up the board. The Hun hotline is open. So send us any of your dilemmas. Send it as a voice note so you can get the chance to be played in the podcast. But let's get on with today's episode. So today, what are we talking about, baby?
We're talking about bullying.
Yes, we are. Also, I'm just going to quickly say, if anyone's like, Pups, what's going on? So basically, Pups isn't actually his real name. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
Like,
Drum roll.
Yeah. If anyone did actually think that Pups is his real name, I'm really sorry. But basically, really quickly, we basically just keep your name private, don't we?
Absolutely.
It is because he's an MI5 agent. No, it's not. It's not.
I do have my earpiece, but it's not for that.
We'll explain that later. But basically, on the internet and on YouTube and on Instagram, we decided really early on that it was just going to be, I've called you Puppy since our first voice note.
Yeah.
Like the first ever WhatsApp message we ever sent, I called him a puppy. I was like, wow, you are actually a puppy.
Yeah.
It just was the one thing I wanted to keep private. It's not like he's got anything to hide or like a secret life. It's just purely for me, really.
For us.
He does actually have an Instagram, which is Pups, and that's quite cute as well.
Yeah.
We struggled to find the actual @name, didn't we?
Yeah. But like, people try and find out your real name. There's no need. Like,
yeah, because your name is Pups.
Yeah, Pups.
Exactly.
That's all there is to it.
Some people know your real name probably.
Yeah.
People that know you and stuff obviously know your real name.
Yeah.
But it's just, we just wanted to keep one thing sacred to ourselves, didn't we, really?
Yeah, absolutely. So that's what we keep private.
Oh, well, that's lovely. So there you go. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about bullying. So should we listen to the first question?
I reckon let's do it.
Oh.
Is the phone going to ring?
The phone is... Oh, yeah. If you're not watching on YouTube, basically there's a phone in front of us. It's called the Hun hotline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's always hot.
Oh my God. He's the witty one. We discovered this last night, actually, because I said to you, who do you think is the funniest in the relationship? And what did you say?
I think you are.
And I think you're wittier.
Yeah.
I think I'm more like extrovert, like I'll do something funny, but you're witty, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty witty.
Okay, right, so we're really excited to listen to the first question and we'll just have a chat.
Let's have a chat, hear some questions.
Yay.
And I'll tell you what I think.
Oh, will you? All right. Goodness me. Hello, honeys. You have reached Hun Hotline. Please leave your message after the tone.
Hi Imogen, my name is Sophie and I really wanted to ask the question, what would you do if someone else was being bullied around you? I was unfortunately bullied for about 5 years, so all the way through primary school, and no one ever stuck up for me, but I just wondered what you would do. Thank you.
Thanks so much for sending in your question. I'm really, really, really sad to hear that you've been bullied, and you'll be surprised how many people haven't been bullied. Like, I actually genuinely believe that people that have been bullied are in the majority. Unfortunately, it's sad to say, but a lot of people have been bullied, so you're not alone. But with regards to the question of would you stick up for someone, what do you think? Like, what would you say?
Well, I think that you see it happen, and firstly, like, it's just real shame that you are being bullied.
Yeah.
But for me, it's just like any form of bullying, I just don't. It doesn't sit well with me.
No.
So I just can't let it slide. So I would just want to address the bully or just help the person. I don't think it's fair. It's not nice at all.
No. Did you ever witness it when you were younger, like at school?
Probably did. Yeah.
Yeah.
I obviously had a bit of it myself.
Yeah.
So, but I just think. I've obviously been reading the book this morning, and there is a bit of addressing bullying in that, and just don't let the bullies get to you.
No.
Like.
Yeah, Pops is reading this really good book, actually. We did actually take a photo of something we wanted to read, but it's up there. So, but basically, you're reading this book about, what's it called? It's the SAS.
Yes, the SAS.
Yeah, and they're really like about positive mental attitude and talking about, your positive attributes and not allowing people to affect you, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the thing is, I understand what you're trying to say in the sense that when you see someone being bullied, I know that when I was back at school, being in certain groups and certain cliques, when you witness someone being bullied, it's really hard to be the one person that's like stands up to the other people, because I know from previous experience that I've stood up for people being bullied and I've then been bullied myself.
Yeah.
So it is actually a very difficult situation. So if I'm honest, I'm not telling you to let it slide, because like you said, it's too much. You can't let someone be bullied. You can't. I would do the very best to handle it in the best way possible. So if you do see someone being bullied, I'd say to your friend, if it's someone you know, and say, that was really uncalled for. You shouldn't really be treating someone like that. Like, that person is a person in their own right. If you don't like them, you don't need to tell them about it. And I think that you should stand up for it.
Yeah, I mean, the bully is a coward.
Yeah.
And they will maybe be jealous of you.
Yeah.
So, and I think people don't confront bullies because the fear of what may happen.
Yeah.
So don't be scared. Do confront them. Obviously, I'm not asking you to be
like
violent or
no,
anything
no,
like that. You can verbally
stick up for yourself.
speak to a bully, and you will probably gain respect from that bully in the end.
Yeah.
Like, don't just let it eat away at you.
No.
And certainly don't let it affect your confidence.
Going back to sort of Pups's, because I've spoken a little bit about my bullying sort of story and stuff like that in the previous podcast, and I've also mentioned it on my YouTube channel. But you have dealt with a bit of bullying as well when you were younger.
Yeah.
Because of certain things that, people picked on. Unfortunately, in this world, kids are cruel.
Yeah.
But actually, you dealt with that and you got through that, didn't you, when you were younger?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm deaf in both ears, so I used to have hearing aids when I was a younger age. I stopped wearing them for a bit when I was a bit older, about 10 years, and then I've got them again now. So when I was bullied, the teacher pulled in like the student on a lunchtime. I was across the room, and the teacher spoke to the pupil and said, "You can't bully Pups because,
Pups,
like, you need to go and apologise if you want to be let back out to a sort of play on the playground." And I lip read the whole conversation across the room, and the lad came over and he got halfway across the room. I was like, "Yeah, I forgive you. You can go out." And he's like, "How did you hear me from there?" I was like, "I could lip read the whole conversation."
That's your secret talent.
And then I sort of gained respect from him from that. He was like, "Jesus, right,
I rate that so much. Actually, when we first met, you didn't have your hearing aids then, and I remember you telling me really early on. We both opened up, didn't we? I was like, "I have a stomach condition," and you were like, "I'm deaf in both ears," and it was almost like we were like, I feel so like open with you now.
Yeah.
And I remember when we first like went on a date, I remember you looking at my lips loads, and I was like, "Does he want to kiss me?" But it was the way you lip read, wasn't it?
Definitely, yeah.
And I just think that's amazing. Like, earlier we were talking about your like secret talent. That's yours. Mine's my Yoshi impression.
Yeah.
Yours is 100% that. That's so cool that you can do that.
Wow.
No one can get anything past you, Pup.
Yeah, exactly. You have to be like the footballers where they cover their mouth, like talking. It's the only way. Like, can't read that.
No, you can't. So, yeah, I just think that it's a difficult situation to be the person that sticks up for them, but you are really right. The bully they don't have courage. It's all a front. They are really, unfortunately, unhappy in their own lives, and they're dealing with things themselves. So if you actually say to them, listen, that wasn't called for, because unfortunately bullies pick on weaker people because they think that they're an easy target. If you actually turn around and say, listen, what you're doing is bad, or tell a teacher, do something, speak up, because speaking up, at least you know, like, I would never want to go to sleep at night knowing I witnessed something bad.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
No.
And I don't feel you shouldn't be like bullied for 5 years. I don't agree with that.
Neither do I.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully you'll act on our response to this question, and hopefully you get that sorted.
Yeah. Oh, you're an angel. Yeah. We love you. Thanks for sending in your question. Let's go on to the next one, shall we?
Let's do it.
Cute.
Hi Imogen, I was just wanting to ask a question on the bullying topic, as I know you, I and many other people have been through it, but I was just wondering if after the bullying stopped, did you hold a grudge on those people that did it to you, or did you just let it go for the sake of not having to have beef with people anymore? Because I'm kind of in the position where the girl that used to bully me is in a lot of my classes, and I don't want to cause beef by holding a grudge, but I do feel really hurt still and damaged by what she done, so just wanted to know what your opinion is. I hope you have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you so much again for sending your question, and it's a really amazing thing that you feel like you can share that with us, so I'm really, really grateful. Actually, we both have something to say on this topic. Do you want to go first, actually?
Yeah, sure. So we sort of touched on it with the last question, so that question is quite a good one to follow, to be honest, because...
well done, question master.
Yeah, well done indeed. So sort of regards to saying to that lad came over, and I sort of like said, you know, you came to apologise.
Yeah.
Let's just... holding a grudge is going to do nothing. It's just negative energy that's wasted. It's so good that you've sorted out that you're not being bullied anymore. Mm-hmm. One thing I will say is obviously forgive, but don't forget. Like, don't be so nice that you allow that person to sort of, you know, maybe take advantage of you again. So just...
Why'd you say that then, Pops? Because I know, as a person, for you, that's your best trait. You don't hold on anything. Honestly, that is your best trait, and you know it.
Yeah, because it's wasted energy.
Yeah, I feel like maybe in my personality, things upset me more than they upset you, don't they?
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I start analysing it and he doesn't, so he'll just be like, it's done, like they've done that. But then also saying that, you don't want to be the person that allows people to just walk all over you as well as that, do you? Like, you don't. Yeah. So actually, like you say, there's a balance. Like, you need to forgive, but you can't let that go. You need to remember that they did that, because otherwise you'll let them back in, and 9 times out of 10 they'll hurt you again.
Yeah,
won't
sure.
they?
And just use that sort of experience to remind yourself and drive you on to be better than the bully.
Wow, that's the SAS book talking.
Yeah, it is.
Listen.
He said, call it a Duracell bunny. You know, they're the batteries that you can thrive on.
Rate that.
So
this book was perfect for you before you came here.
Yeah, it was perfect. It's like I was meant to read it today.
Well, I will say one thing though. I think it's a lot easier said than done.
Yeah.
And we know that. But, you know, I was bullied, by this one girl, well, a whole group of girls, but when I was 13. And I saw her recently, actually, to the point where I was bullied so much that I was actually signed off by the doctor to not go back to the school because of my health. I was losing my hair. I was so incredibly ill. I was hospitalised because of, unfortunately, you know, nearly 2 years worth of bullying. It took a toll on my parents. You know, they had to fight in court to try and get the fees back from the school, and all these things that happened. And don't get me wrong, there is no hatred in my body for those people anymore, because, like you say, I could sit there and think about them every day, and my life would be so unhappy, because I'd sit there and be like, you know, I could think about all the things they did to me, all these things, but there's just actually no point. However, we did see her recently, didn't we, in Primark in Brighton, and I was really strong. You'd be so proud of me. I was really strong, and I held my own, didn't I? Yeah. And I walked past her, and I made her, you know, think that I'm strong and I'm independent, and, you know, she doesn't affect me anymore. She left the shop, and I just cried, didn't I?
You did. But it obviously is just a bad memory for you.
Yeah,
so
that's what it is.
I get that. Well, there's obviously emotion. It's been a long time, so it caused a lot of distress to your parents. Yeah. It was hard for you to go to that school.
Yeah, and I never saw her since I left school, so it's like that was the first time I really saw her, and I was just like, I did burst into tears, didn't I?
And look at you now.
I love you. But what I was going to say is that, like you say, let that push you further. Like, don't look at her in anger. Look at her as in, she taught you a lesson. She made you a stronger person. Look at the people that bully you and think, right, I'm going to make something of myself just because, not for you, I'm going to make something of myself because you ever doubted me, and I will never doubt myself because of what you did to me.
Yeah, 100%.
Don't you think?
I totally agree.
Yeah. And the thing is, bullying is in all walks of life. It's everywhere. And the quicker you realise that you can tackle it and you can handle it, the better for your life, because no one's going to ever affect you.
No.
Are they?
No, you just need to deal with it in the correct way.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Okay, well, thanks so much for your question.
That was a good question.
I love that you've read this book. It's making it really, easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just...
My little SAS on my left.
Yeah.
Hey Imogen, I just wanted to say I love you so much. I think you're amazing. So my question for Hun Hotline is to do with bullying. So in year 11, I was bullied by a group of girls who were my close friends, and then one of the girls turned the other girls against me in the group, if that makes sense. And I'm finding... I'm in year 13 now, and it was in year 11. So even though it's 2 years later, I'm still finding that I'm having almost flashbacks and remembering what happened to me, and it knocks my confidence again. Even when I have made progress with my confidence, I'm finding that I'm getting knocked back. So I was just wondering, how did you... Because obviously I know you were bullied in school, so I was wondering how you kind of learned to love yourself again and gain confidence even after being bullied, and how did you stop blaming yourself? Because that's what I did. I don't know if you blamed yourself for what happened, but I blamed myself. So I was just wondering if you had any advice on that. Thank you so much. I love you.
Thank you again so much for sending your question. I'm so sorry to hear that you've ever been bullied, but I just want to say one thing. Please don't ever think that this defines you as a person. Like, just because you've been bullied, trust me, it doesn't make you a weaker person. You will become so strong because of what you've been through, and it will drive you. Like, genuinely, I can't stress to you enough how you think that their opinions and everything build up inside you and you feel rubbish about it, but you need to use that, like we said, didn't we? Yeah. And you've got a quote, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, you need to use that sadness and think to yourself, do you know what? I'm going to use this to build my success. And success is the best form of revenge. It says it in that quote. Yeah, it is genuinely the best form of revenge. Like, when you're happy, when you're successful, you'll still get hate. Don't worry about it. You will, because unfortunately people... It's weird when you're happy and you're doing well for yourself, people aren't happy for that because they're unhappy in their own lives. But the pain you're feeling about what happened to you, it's never going to completely go away because you'll always remember it, but use that pain to drive you, don't you think?
Yeah, like, obviously, we watched, I keep relating to books and programmes and stuff like that, but it's quite good to sort of see things firsthand. But we watched a series on Netflix, Atypical.
It's our favourite series.
The girl of the family, she went to a new school because she got in there on merit. She was a good runner. Yeah. And then, the girls were jealous, and and there's one that sort of sought her out and, did horrible things to her, wrote on her running trainers and stuff like that. And it sounds similar to to what happened to you. There was a ringleader. Yeah. Someone tried to get you out of the group. But 2 years later, it's really good that you've sort of getting your confidence back. Yeah. But I would just say, don't look back, just look forward. Yeah. Like, you're obviously getting stronger, and just
get the quote out, baby. Go on, show us the quote. Let's get the quote. He's got it on the phone, so he's going to read it out.
Let's have a look.
Oh, it's like school. Who wants to read?
Do you want to read it out?
No, you do it.
No, I think you should.
The experience gave me a lesson I've never forgotten, and it's one I still use regularly. Your enemy is fuel, he is energy. Hatred can be the most powerful motivator there is. In life, you'll always come across jealous and negative people, or people who simply don't believe in you. Every single one of them is a Duracell battery. Plug them in. Give yourself that edge by using their own electricity against them. Success isn't the only most satisfying form of revenge. It's the only positive one there is. Genuinely, that's made me want to cry. Yeah. Because it's so true. Like, you need to... It's like bouncing off a reaction. Like, they're going to give you hate. Okay, fine. I'm going to take that hate. I'm going to build... It's like an Avenger.
Yeah.
it's like an Avenger.
It really is. Like, you just gotta use it to your strength.
Yeah, like take it in your body, feel that pain, that hatred, that horribleness that they've given you, and bounce it back and say, here, have it back in a positive way. Yeah. Have it back. I'm going to be a nice person. It's never going to change me as a person. I'm going to be successful.
Yeah, and then just let it drive you on.
Yeah.
Let you drive on.
And the thing is, I really don't want you to think that bullying only happens in school, because trust me, it doesn't, does it?
No.
Like, I mean, I'm going to use sort of maybe us as an example, because, you know, in the industry that I work in, being a YouTuber, it feels really surreal to say that. I feel so lucky to be able to call myself one of those people. So thank you anyone that actually subscribes to me. But I just feel like, unfortunately, there is always going to be people that hate you. There really is. And I mean, when I first met you, you never really had anything like that, did you? Really?
No.
You came from a very small town that, you know, it's not really there.
Yeah, sort of. I think, like, anyone being a YouTuber was probably alien to that town. I mean, I didn't know much about myself, so like, but there's ways of going about things. Like, you can just be happy for people, but jealousy doesn't mean that you should be hateful. No. It's so bad.
And sometimes it's hard, because if you're a humble person and you don't think you're anything special, i.e. me and you, when you get hate, you're like, oh my goodness, what are they jealous of? Like, you can't see it, because unless you're really arrogant and you think that everyone should be jealous of you, which isn't healthy. But I mean, like, honestly, I'm so grateful that you come on my channel and you've done so many things, like at Christmas time, for instance. You were in an elf costume and we were just dancing around, loving our lives in a video, and unfortunately you received a large amount of hate because of that from people in the small village that you're from. Yeah. And I call it a village because it basically kind of is.
Yeah. Well, yeah, small it is basically, yeah.
Yeah. And that's so sad that you're loving your life. You're like there. I didn't put a gun to his head saying, make sure you wear your elf costume. You wanted to do it.
It was Christmas.
It's
You're going to wear an elf costume.
Exactly.
And it's just fun being on your channel.
Yeah.
Like, it's as simple as that.
Yeah.
And if I want to do it, then that's absolutely... It's a free world. I can do whatever I want.
Yeah, exactly. And I just think I didn't come from a small town that... I come from Brighton, and in Brighton there is a lot of YouTubers and there's a lot of people that do things like that, and there's less judgment, I think, in a place like Brighton.
Brighton's so quirky and you can be whoever you want.
Yeah, exactly.
Wherever you want.
Wherever you are. Get lippy. But where you're from, it was really hard because I've never experienced the level of hate that you've had from people you know.
Yeah.
People that genuinely... And honestly, it's so hard being a partner, because I think to myself, oh my goodness, like, you poor thing, you're getting bullied at 28 from people that you know their families. Yeah. You know they've got kids and they're giving him hatred.
Yeah.
And it's like, we don't let it affect us because we're so happy in our lives.
Absolutely.
And
we're talking about it now because obviously we're on the subject of it.
Yeah, we want to share our story.
It certainly doesn't get us down, and we're happy what we're doing, and it's not going to stop that. But
if anything, it makes us realise how lucky we are that we've got each other in a world where there is unfortunately so much hate. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And we look at it and we're like, it only sort of probably makes us stronger, because we're like, we tackle everything together. And I will say one thing I've really learned. A bully is someone who is dealing with very dark demons that no one can understand until you've walked their path. And the best way to look at it is any form of hate, any form of negativity, and any form of bullying, you have to take a step back and think, why are they so unhappy that they want to give me pain? And the only way that you're going to move on from it is that you look at them and actually pity them. Yeah. You have to pity them, because hating them is only ever going to make you unhappy. You have to look at them and say, wow, your life must be really unhappy that you actually have that much hate in your body to cause someone else pain.
Yeah, to try and drag someone else down. It's ridiculous. And people, I don't know if people understand the power of clicking a button or sending a message, putting a comment on a picture. I don't think people realise what they're doing, because people have feelings, like all ages. So, but we're quite strong-minded in respect that we will rise above comments like that. Yeah. But, younger people, they're not as strong, and they will take it personally. Yeah. So if you are someone that's maybe listening and probably guilty of doing something like that, just think, people do have feelings, and maybe
Very true.
think about what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know.
And also, I want to sort of speak to anyone out there that maybe would address themselves as a bully. Maybe you might see you've done some things in the past, or maybe you're giving, some hatred to someone at the moment, or like you said, you're clicking a button, you're sending a hate comment or anything like that. I want you to really try and address in your life what it is. If it's something in your home life, please speak out to people. There is helplines everywhere. Like, honestly, all you need to search is anti-bullying helplines. There's Childline, there's so many, there's the NSPCC, is that right?
Yeah.
I always get confused with the NSPCA and the NSPCC.
Yeah, that's the animals. They're being looked after.
Yeah.
They're all right.
I'm so rubbish, but
a bully could be a victim of
bullying, exactly.
So, we're not trying to be here like, we're against bullies and stuff. We want to help people out. We want both ends of the scale, bullies and people being bullied.
Yeah, please try and address what it is that's causing you to feel hatred towards someone, because I know that when I was younger I was really deeply insecure. I've never bullied anyone in my life. However, it caused me to form opinions on people and judge people because I was insecure about my own skin. I would judge really pretty girls that were confident in their body and think, why are they so confident, they're arrogant, all these things, and I think these things in my head, and it actually destroyed me as a person. And now I feel, don't get me wrong, everyone has insecurities, but I feel like I now own my insecurities. I would never look at someone and be like, I've got to give them hate. I'm so, aren't I? I love complimenting people. I think my family have really brought me up on that. My family.
Yeah, love my family, yeah.
They love you more than they love me, I think. But they are so openly, complimentary to other people. And I actually think that giving someone a compliment actually makes you feel so much better in your own skin.
Absolutely.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
That's why I think I give you so many compliments every day, because I feel better. No, I'm joking. But I tell you, you're amazing.
Yes.
Yes. Sorry about our voice, by the way. We're trying not to get it out.
Yeah.
Because we actually said earlier, we were like, we can't speak in our voice.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I'll be like, I love you.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
I love you.
Yes. So it's really annoying. So we're just definitely not going to do it. So I really apologise.
Enough of that.
And all right. But yeah, I just want you to all know that you are Avengers. I know if no one actually follows the Avengers or likes Marvel or anything like that, then I really apologise.
Yeah.
But everyone has their own superpower, and your superpower is to take negative energy and make it positive and help someone. If you see someone that you think is actually a bully, see if you can reach out to them and see if they are struggling. You don't know, because the only way I look at it, I get people sending me hate on the internet, and the only way I think of it is, you don't know what's behind that screen. You don't know if they're being abused at home. You don't know if they're being, in an unhappy relationship. You have no idea what that person's going through because you don't know them. It's worse when you do know them and you know that that's hard to deal with. But people that, are sending hate, you have to think to yourself, like, it must be a dark place to be in a head full of hate. And I'd much rather be in a light, happy, fluffy world that, don't get me wrong, there's loads of things I complain about and I'm like, I hated that day, hated that, whatever. And it's okay to hate things, but
a positive mind will lead a positive life.
Wow, Mr.
I do love a quote on myself. Yeah, I do, but I believe in it though.
Mr. Good Quote, there you go.
PMA.
Change your Instagram.
Attitude.
Yeah. That's actually what my parents used to say to me every time when I was younger. They'd always say that you need to have a positive mental attitude.
100%.
Yeah.
Like, and I think something as little as making your bed every day will be something positive.
Is that a hint? Because I don't make the bed.
No, not at all. But even if you've had a really bad day and you still get into a bed that's made at night, you're happy.
True. Very true. Yeah. And also, like, if you're looking at someone and you're envious of them, just know that you can live your own life the way you want to live it. Like, if you're envious of them doing, I don't know, if they want to be a singer and they're recording something, if you want to do that and you're envious of them and you're sending them hate, go and do it. Go and be a singer. Like, your life is so open. There are so many opportunities that you can go and grab while you're young or even whatever age you are. Isn't it true?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I mean, linking this back to probably relationships or whatever, when I first met you, I was really I had a lot of hatred in my body of men. I'm going to be honest with you. I really did, didn't I?
Yeah.
And you saw that. Like,
definitely.
I was very bitter towards men, probably because I'd seen a lot of things working in a nightclub in London, seen a lot of things just in my general growing up life, and I was single for 5 years, and I want to urge you all to know that please don't let one bad experience determine a bad life. You always say that. You're like, it's a bad day. What do you say?
It's a bad day, not a bad life.
Yeah. Sometimes if we have like a little bicker, I feel really sad about it and I get really emotional, don't I? And I'm like, we've had an argument. But it's normal. But he's like, Imogen, it's done now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nip it in the bud.
Yeah, I need you in my life and you probably need me a bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's why we're good for each other.
Yeah.
Very good for each
We're
other.
like the plus and minus of a Duracell battery, there you go.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What are you, the plus? You're the plus.
Yeah.
I'm the minus because I'm just lying flat.
Okay. Well, thanks for your question.
See, I'm the funny one of the... On that note, I'm going to pick up another sweet... We've got some candy kittens in front of us. This is not sponsored by Candy Kittens at all, but just wanted to mention that they're really nice. Short one.
It's weird because when you talk about something that's not related to anything, it's immediately people think it's sponsored.
It's so weird.
I like the jeans I'm wearing today, by the way. They're not sponsored. I stole my jeans.
I know. Okay, well, thanks for your question while I'm chewing. Let's go on to the next one.
Since you did your story times on your experience being bullied at school, have any of the girls who bullied you tried to get in touch with you to apologise for what they did? Or have they even just tried to get in touch with you anyway since you've had your channel and sort of been famous?
Currently holding hands, loving life. Thank you so much for your question. And actually, it's really nice that... Thanks so much for watching my videos on YouTube. I'm really grateful, by the way. And I'm definitely 110% not famous. I'm not famous in the slightest. I'm just baby girl Imogen over here, chilling, loving life with...
Just well known.
Just by you. That's fine.
Yeah.
Biggest fan on my left.
Yeah, absolutely. You're my biggest fan.
100%.
Yes.
Keep it 100. So basically, going back to that, just about my story times, it's really hard because actually, no. Not one person, which I'm really happy about because I would think that I don't know how I would handle that. I would be a bit like, that's a really difficult situation. I know I wouldn't speak to them or anything like that. I know I wouldn't, but it would just be a really like, they haven't learned. I hope that they haven't got in touch with me because they're different people now. I think if they got in touch with me, I'd be like, oh, you're still nasty people. So it actually makes me feel better that they haven't got in contact with me. I have had a couple of messages from people that knew people that bullied me and said, oh, she was like that to me and she was like that to me, which, you know, again, doesn't make you feel so alone. But I think if they contacted me being like, hey, Imogen, like, oh, and wanted to speak to me, I'd be like, I don't need your apology. I actually don't need your apology. I found my own closure myself by getting to grips with, you know, who I am as a person and growing up and learning what I want in life. But I will say that it's really difficult. You've seen this from my channel. Like when you put yourself out there story time wise and stuff, like when I did a video about bullying, people like, you went to private school, you're lying, like you were rich, you like all these things, you were privileged and all these things. And I'm like, right, I feel so grateful to have been privileged growing up, and I was to have a private school education. However, trust me, my parents were not rich. We had scholarships, they had to work the most hours you'd ever seen. Like, I've never seen parents work harder in their life. And yes, they probably shouldn't have put us through private school education because of the fact that they tried so hard money-wise to do it. But actually, I've had so many people say things to me, and it's almost like story times, you really put yourself out there for people to be opened to give you a negative, you know, sort of message, don't you think? Like I've had a lot of people ask me, you know, ins and outs, and they want to know names and all these things, and it's like, I just would never do that. I would never do that. And I think that doing story times is a way of me venting and a way of me trying to help people.
Yeah, well, I agree with you. I think it's a way that you're so relatable. I think a lot of people come over to your channel because they can sort of, because they can feel your pain, and they felt it themselves. So I think like it's a really good way of helping people. So I think it's amazing to talk about your experiences. And
that's why I do it.
Like, there's no need for people to get in touch. It's so long ago now.
Yeah.
Like, as you get older, you will find out that you only need, you know, you can count your good friends in one hand, and that's all you need in your life. True. You know, it's not about how many friends you have. It's about the quality of friends you do have.
True.
So, yeah, I think you're amazing. Keep doing your story times.
You're an angel. And the thing is, I don't want anyone to think that I do story times for views, because trust me, there's a lot of different things you could do for views. Trust me. Like, I could do so many videos with you and get views from just clickbaiting or like all these things, which I never would do. But I just want you to know that I don't make story times with views. I sent most of every story time I've ever done, like my bullying series, I sent all of the AdSense, and the AdSense still continues to come in and it goes to charity.
Yeah.
Like, so I need you to all know that I don't make it for any money, and AdSense is nothing. Like, the money you make on ads is tiny really anyway, because I'm not, you know, getting millions of views. But the money that I did get, I sent to charity, because that's not my aim of making those videos. My aim of making those videos was to show you all that you might think I'm famous, and I'm definitely not, but you need to know that I've been through everything that you've been through as well. Like, we're all in this together. Like, this world, if we actually all understood that we're all trying to have the same goals in life and be happy, then no one else would try and bring each other down. But I just think that if you watch my story and think, oh, Imogen's been bullied, like, it makes it more acceptable for me to feel like I've been bullied, then that is me winning. Like,
and then that's another thing. We want to do meetups.
Yes.
Because we then, if you actually got to meet you, then people will realise that it is real life as well. Because on the video you think, is Imogen real? Is Imogen real? Yeah. So then you meet her in real life, you're like, right, she's real and she's been bullied. Like, it does happen to everyone. Yeah,
I mean, you live with me, so you know that my videos aren't a lie, but a lot of people do actually think that I put it on for camera. Yeah. And it's like, how tiring would that life be? Like, how tiring would that life be?
With us, there's no filters, is there? Like, what you see is what you get.
Yeah. And there's some days where I've had a bad day and I'm like, I'm not filming. Like, don't I?
Yeah.
Like, if there's ever a time where I think it's going to jeopardise my happiness, as in, like, maybe we've had a bad day of something, we've had to deal with something, or we're stressed with something we're doing, I'll be like, listen, life needs to be put on hold for a moment, we need to chill and relax, and that's a thing. But I don't want you to ever think that I would ever sit in front of a camera and be like, I'm going to lie for views, because trust me, there's just no gaining from that. It's a horrible, horrible situation. But unfortunately, there is hate everywhere, and you're never going to be able to stop that. No one, not one person, not me flying the flag for anti-bullying is ever going to stop that.
I would like to do some stuff for, like, anti-bullying campaigns and stuff, like charities.
Same.
Just try and raise awareness. I'd love that.
I think because I brought you, like, onto my channel and stuff, because it was we kept you a secret for a while, didn't we? And, like, you coming onto my channel, I never feared that you'd get hate. I never feared that ever in my life.
Yeah.
I never thought of it, and that might be bad, but I just didn't think that someone being on your channel would get hate. I thought the person whose channel it was would get hate. But actually, you've been so strong and amazing with, I'm not going to lie to you, Pups has had to deal with a lot. Had to see a lot of different things where, you know, he's had a lot of negativity from just being a supportive partner. And
just having just because you don't say my name.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Like, why do we have to? It's ridiculous.
Like, people from back where he's from have actually, you know, we used to live round by them, and they're older people, like in their 30s, and they want to try and expose his name. Yeah. And it's like, but why? Yeah. You don't need to.
There's no need for it.
No, and I just think that it's sad that, unfortunately, like, I would say you're happy. Do you think you're happy?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Happy as ever been in my life.
Yeah, and I just think it's really sad that people now see that and
try and sabotage it.
Yeah. And it's like, it's almost like if you were unhappy and you're in a bad state and you've come out of a bad relationship, or you're in an unhappy friendship or something like that, people like the drama and they're like, you know, but once you're happy and you're outwardly, you know, I mean, if you've never watched my YouTube channel, then you probably won't know this, but me and Pups are very affectionate and very over the top, but that's just us. Yeah. We're like that on and off camera.
I just can't wait to make you my wife. That's so.
Oh my God! Don't start making me cry. Let's not do that.
That's how happy. That's how happy we are. I can't wait for you to be my wife.
Yeah. So, but I feel bad sometimes. I think, oh, you've come on my channel and you've got hate, and it's horrible.
It doesn't bother me.
No. Just makes us.
A lion never loses sleep. The opinion of the sheep.
I'm gonna die. Honestly. Pups, you have given me life. Yeah. These quotes are coming out of your ears. Did I get it out right then? Yeah, you did. Honestly, do you want to say it again?
Lions never... No, I can't say it. Lions never lose the opinion of a sheep.
No. You're going to actually cry. I love you so much. Lions never lose sleep over the opinions of sheep.
Yeah.
I feel like that's why we're a dream team. You've got the wit. I'll just come out with it for you.
It's not wit, is it?
No, it's not
That's
wit.
facts.
That's fact. Oh, is it a fact or is it a quote?
Quote.
Okay, well, yeah, I just feel like, please just know if someone's giving you hate, if someone's questioning who you are as a character, please just don't ever let it affect you. Like, I would never ever let someone say to me that they think I'm fake and it ever affect me. I know I'm not. I know I'm, whoever I am as a person. And there are, unfortunately, people in any industry, any job, any school, anywhere you go where there's groups of people, unfortunately, people form judgments and people form opinions. Please don't allow them to affect your everyday life, because your life will be completely destroyed from people's opinions when actually they're so irrelevant to your life.
Exactly.
Like, don't get me wrong, Hans. There are people that love to say nasty things about me, and there's some people that don't even know me that have formed opinions on the opinions of these so-called sheep. And I just think to myself, I know I'm a nice person. I know I'm not perfect, but I know that if you want to judge me and you want to form an opinion off someone else's opinion, then you really aren't worth my worry.
No.
Like, if you genuinely don't have your own, if you don't have your own voice and you want to just follow everyone else because they don't like me, then that's your own thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, one thing I didn't touch on, I got a skin condition called vitiligo,
Yes.
which Michael Jackson had, so if people don't know what vitiligo is, sort of when you've got depigmentation in your skin and stuff. And I remember when I got that, and it did knock my confidence. And then I went to the hospital with the British Red Cross, and sort of we're going to get like paints to camouflage the back of my neck so it all blended in. And I was just sat there, and I was like, no, I want to go now. And my parent was like, why do you want to go? And I was just like, I'm not doing this every day just so someone doesn't say, what's that on your back of your neck?
Yeah.
I was like, if they're nasty enough to say that, then I don't want to know them anyway. So,
Wow.
and that was it.
I remember you telling me that.
Shut the door. See you later. Shut
You've
the
got
key.
beautiful skin. I will genuinely say this about you. It's almost like the people that have gone through the most are the people that, like, when I was in hospital, I went on the children's ward once, and you look at these kids and they go through the most extreme things. There's kids dealing with cancer, and there's, it's heartbreaking, and they are the happiest people, and you're like, wow, I need to live my life to the fullest, because you never know. I know that's cynical, I know that's quite deep and dark, but it's true. You never know where your life's going to go in the next 5 years. Live your life, don't worry about other people, because honestly, you have taught me that. Like, I think I had it before, definitely, but I look at you, and yes, you do wear your hearing aids, which is, I call them speakers. They're so cute. That's why we sent MI5 agent, because he can take them out. They're really cute. I love them. Yeah. And you do have vitiligo, but, some things, those are external factors where people can see them. Yeah. But not every disability is visible. Trust me.
Yeah. We sort of said that on the train, didn't we?
Yeah, and you can't judge people, and you are so happy in your skin. You don't have any insecurities. You don't. He doesn't, do you?
No.
Like, I've tried to dig for one, thinking, is this boy real? But it's wonderful, and I always think in your head it must be so nice and happy, and everyone has insecurities, but not my fiance. And it's just such a beautiful thing, and it's such a wonderful thing to I'd wake up next to him, and I'm like, he's so happy and lovely, and I'm so proud of you and who you are as a person. You're such a great role model for people to look up to, because and also, again,
so are you.
I don't feel that
Me
bad,
and you
thank
both.
you. Love you. Good team. But I do think that not every disability is visible. Like, I've had a lot of people say to me when I've been on public transport, I've come out of hospital, and I do have a paralysed stomach. I do have a lot of other disabilities, don't I? So essentially, my stomach, poor little stomach, she's essentially in a little wheelchair. She doesn't have any wheels.
Yeah.
So a lot of people have been like, she's sitting down, she's young, she's to get up for someone. And I'm like, you have no idea what people have gone through. You have no idea that day I was still on morphine. I was completely wrecked out of my head, completely ill as anything. And you just have to know that just don't judge people.
Especially, like, I think a lot this year and the sort of last year, mental health's been raised as well. So, like, people could be going through a lot, like, in their heads. So and you can't see that.
You can't.
So just think sometimes.
Like, we got a book that got sent to our flat the other day, just quickly before we end, and it was a book for someone on the below floors, and it was actually a book about it was like, what was it called?
Mothers, for about...
postnatal depression.
Yeah.
And it was like, why am I feeling like this or something like that? And I was so upset, wasn't I?
Yeah, it's like suicide thoughts.
Suicide thoughts for
like
newborn
I'm not
mother.
being a good mum or something like that.
Yeah.
And we mistakenly opened it, thought it was our post.
Yeah, because it came to our flat number.
Yeah.
But we took it down to the person. But you just don't know. You really don't know what people have in their heads. You don't know what they're going through. So I would say this. The minute you go to judge someone, I would judge yourself. I would actually look at yourself and think, oh my goodness, what person am I to judge that person? What are you, the higher light? You're not perfect. No one is. So when you think something negative about someone, think to yourself, I don't have a right to judge that person. I've never walked in her shoes. I've never walked in his shoes. I don't know what they're going through internally, externally, whatever. So just, judge yourself before you judge others. I really would say that.
And just be positive in life.
And be kind.
Yeah.
It's from, I'm going to end with a quote. It's from Cinderella. Have courage and be kind. Be a nice person. It might be harder sometimes to be a nice person, but my parents taught me that whatever you go through, you really can change the direction of your life. You could go down the negative path, but you could choose the positive one.
Yeah.
Really. You can either bend down and scoop up nothing or pick up something and say, I'm going to make these negative situations positive.
Yeah, just be positive, hold the door for someone, give someone a compliment, just if we all made a conscious effort to try and be nicer to strangers or just your own friends or other friendship groups, then the world would be a happier place.
Okay, let's give each other a compliment before we end, but it can't be something physical. Okay. Like it can't be something about facially or like body-wise. Okay.
I love your heart. You have the most purest heart in the world.
I love you. I can't say that for you then, because I would say the same thing for you. Okay, I love your positive mental attitude. You honestly get me through so many different things because I sometimes worry, I sometimes analyse things, and we have completely different heads, and you put life in a different perspective for me, and you make me see things from a different light, and I'm grateful to have you.
Yeah, I'm grateful to have you.
Oh, I'm going to cry.
Don't cry.
Are you welling up a bit?
I'm okay.
You are welling up. He always says he doesn't, and he is. It's so annoying. I'm like, I can see welling up. Can you see that? Like, he is. Ah! Okay, well, thanks so much for joining us on this podcast. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah.
I love you.
Thank you for having me.
You got lipstick all over your face.
Yay.
But yes, if you want me to do any more with pups, then please let me know. I've really loved just chatting with you, and I just feel, I'm going to be honest, I feel the most comfortable with you.
I just hope so.
Yeah. So make sure you subscribe on your app of choice, Apple Podcasts, Spotify or YouTube, and please subscribe if you're on YouTube, hit that like button, and also...
Please leave a review. Because...
Round of applause for pups.
Leave a review because it helps.
It really helps.
It means more people will see the podcast because it will raise the profile.
Yeah.
And
even if it's like just I like the podcast, just please, I'd be so grateful for you leaving a review. It really helps us because I really do want to make more of these.
Or even if you just give it 5 stars.
Oh, oi, give a little 5-star. Wow.
But yeah. That'd be really helpful.
Yeah, and make sure you follow us on Getting Lippy With on Instagram to stay tuned and how you can get involved with future episodes by sending us in your questions, please. Just we're opening up the Hun hotline. Send us in your questions, dilemmas, what you're going through in life, if you're in a bad breakup, if you're in a bad relationship, bad friendship, having problems at home, anything. Send us in your questions to the email address that is hello@gettinglippywith.com. I love you all so much. Until next time, I'm going to love you.
And I'm going to leave you.
Bye, thanks so much.